Well, you introduce Little Parts.
Oh, I have to do it?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to.
But you kind of do big parts. you do the big parts.
Oh, I do the big parts, baby.
Oh, it's nothing but the big parts. Uh. Hey out there, welcome to Lil Parts. I'm John, this is Erin. This is our sister show to our large parts. And we're going to talk about what we've seen this week or recently, maybe not just throughout the week. So, what have you been watching? Have you been watching anything good this week?
So I went on this 90s run.
I like it already.
Yeah, it started off with I watched I watched Devil's Advocate, and
That's Al Pacino, right?
with Al Pacino
Yes.
and Keanu Reeves,
Yeah.
where he's Keanu Reeves is the attorney that's working for Satan, hence the Devil's Advocate.
Does he know he's Satan, though?
No, he doesn't know he's Satan. That would be crazy.
I haven't seen that in forever. All right, yeah. Gotcha.
You kind of learn along the way that somebody is Satan and somebody is not, but has questionable morals. So anyhow, long story longer. I watched that, and then I watched Blood In, Blood Out. Have you ever seen Blood In, Blood Out?
No, that one's new to me. No,
Bound by Honor is another title that it goes by. It's a 90s movie about Hispanic gangsters in LA and kind of the rise of this gang. You'll know Vatos Locos.
Yes. Okay.
So that's the gang in, Blood Out, and it's about these three. There's two brothers and then a cousin that are all in this Vatos Locos gangs, and it kind of just follows. It's like a 3-hour movie, but it follows the mainly these three characters, and one of them kind of goes to prison. The other one becomes is like an artist who gets super strung out on dope.
Oh,
and
don't we all?
And the third becomes a Marine, and then a police officer.
Nice twist. I like that.
But it's like it's super good, man. It's got a ton of people that you would know, like early Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, nice.
And
all right.
Tom Towles is in it.
Who's Tom Towles?
He's Otis from Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Oh, he's in the film we'll be talking about. That's in another episode. He's the sheriff in
He's Rydell.
House of
Yes. Okay. Gotcha.
And it's got Danny Trejo and Benjamin Bratt.
Really?
Yeah, it's super good, man. It's like I mean, it's an investment. It's 3 hours long, but it was like one of the pinnacle. Like there was Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society, and this was kind of the Hispanic. There was like Blood In, Blood Out, and American Me were kind of the apex. That got me thirsty for watching some independent movies, right?
Which the 90s had some great
independent,
great run of independent movies. Oh yeah.
So I watched Smoke. Have you ever seen Smoke?
That sounds familiar. I don't know if I've seen it or not, though.
Okay, so Smoke is
Smoke?
So Harvey Keitel runs this cigar shop in New York, right?
Okay.
And it's just about mainly about this cigar shop and kind of the characters who come in and out. And William Hurt is an author who lives in the neighborhood and is kind of Harvey Keitel's buddy.
Okay.
And it's just kind of a slice of life movie.
Yeah, that sounds real familiar. I don't know if I've seen that or I've heard somebody else talk about it recently, actually.
That may have been me, because I just bought it. Yeah.
Maybe it was you.
Yeah, it's super good, though. I mean, it's like... have you ever seen American Buffalo? Okay, so like it's not action-packed. It's not about a caper or anything like that.
It's more like a character study.
It's just, it's totally characters. Harvey Keitel has this hobby where he sets up a camera on the street corner outside of his cigar shop.
Okay.
And every day for like 20 years, he's been taking a picture of that street corner at the same time.
All right.
Every day. And so it's just kind of the quirks of these people.
Okay.
And
gotcha.
it's got Stockard Channing is in it.
Really? Neat. Okay.
Forrest Whitaker is in it. And Ashley Judd comes in for like a cameo, and it's
Neat.
such
Okay.
a fucking killer, dude.
No
It's
shit.
just such a it's just really gnarly.
All right.
It's
So
it's
it
super
goes.
good.
So it goes to dark. So it goes to a bad place.
I mean, it's just her. It's pretty light for most of the movie.
Okay.
But there are moments in the film that are like really like
wow, like wow moments.
yeah, just really good performances and,
All right.
things like that.
Interesting. All right. Very cool.
And then I watched 11 to 45.
I've heard of that. I've not seen that.
Okay.
I have heard of that one though.
And so 11 to 45 is actually really similar to it's like Lovers on the Run, right? Lover criminals on the run.
Like Natural Born Killers to a point, right?
It's super reminiscent of Natural Born Killers and
Okay.
True Romance, and even have you ever seen Badlands?
I don't.
That was like an earlier.
That was pre-Pulp Fiction though, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was made back in the late 70s. I want to
late
say.
70s? Okay.
Yeah, and that's about Starkweather and his chick.
Right,
So it's
exactly,
Like
yes.
the actual story of them.
Yeah,
but it's
exactly.
the same Bonnie and Clyde. Like it's just these two criminals on
Us
the
Against
run.
the World type thing.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
And the characters are Gil Bellows, who he's been in a bunch of shows.
I know that name. How do I know that name?
But he was in Shawshank. He's kind of the young, cocky kid who comes in and tells the warden that Tim Robbins is innocent, and then gets smoked. Wow.
Yeah. I haven't seen Shawshank in a while. I'm trying to think. I can't.
Well, Shawshank's a terrific film, and you should watch it again.
I fucking need to, I guess. I don't remember that at all. Like, yeah, it was so good, but that...
It was a pretty main portion of the
pretty...
picture, a huge plot turn, but...
No, I don't remember that. But
who knew?
I've not seen Shawshank in, like, fucking 20... Like, it's been at least 20 years. It's been a long time.
It's an American masterpiece. Yeah. Whatever. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. I suck, obviously.
So, Gil Bellows plays Waddy Watts, and then his girlfriend is Renee Zellweger.
Oh.
And it might be right around the same time as the Next Generation. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
She's super young. And
interesting. All right.
She's Starling she's her name is Starling Cheatham. And so Waddy Watts is like this career hold up man. Like he just like his whole gig is going and sticking up gas stations and stuff.
All right,
but he's been doing it forever, so he's a professional.
He's really good at it.
And Starling's just his girlfriend, right?
Okay.
And he gets caught up in an ex-con buddy he meets up with, and they go and try and do this stick up, and it goes wrong.
All right.
And Waddy and Starla have to go on the run.
Aha.
And they're trying to make it down to Mexico.
That sounds real familiar.
It's super good. It's like it is unhinged, dude. Like
right. On a scale of like 1 to Freeway, where does it sit?
Oh, I mean, it's neck and neck with Freeway.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the 90s in those independent movies, like you could get away with like if you had an idea, you could just fucking put it on film,
right?
And
because it wasn't Hollywood, so there weren't. I mean, you didn't have that stringent set of rules of what could be shown on film and what couldn't. That was the beauty of that type of cinema.
So some of the characters that they meet like along the way are Rory Cochrane is the stoner kid from Dazed and Confused.
Yes, okay, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And he was in, recently he's been in a bunch of stuff, but he was in Oculus. He was the father in Oculus.
I didn't see Oculus.
Oh, Oculus is...
I've been wanting to see that, but it's been in my queue forever, but I haven't gotten to it.
Jeffrey Combs is in it.
My man.
And this might be the most bonkers, one of the most bonkers Jeffrey Combs.
I was going to say, that's a bold statement there, man.
I mean, granted, he was the Reanimator, and he's been in like all this,
and the Frighteners,
right? And but this character is he's a meth addicted hitman. So it's like he goes
there.
He's at an 11.
He's at peak Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah. And Peter Fonda plays Starlene's dad. And
wow, all right.
I mean, it's a real short part, but this is kind of what I'm talking about. He was like involved in like the early acid tests, and he did so much acid that like it destroyed his like body and his vocal cords. So he has to talk with like a throat cancer machine, you know. Throat cancer. Yeah.
It's a throat cancer box. It's a talk box.
Talk box. Not a throat cancer machine. That's super insensitive.
You don't put a duck call in there. Yeah. I guess you could. That might be something kind of neat.
And he's just like super like way out, and he gets his money. Like he sued the government because they fucked him up. Like it's just like these crazy ideas, right? And it's got like Jack Nance. Do you know Jack? I know Jack Nance. Yeah, yes. Jack Nance is in it.
All right.
And I mean, Michael Bowen from like he's Buck who likes to fuck and Kill Bill.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'm Buck.
Yeah. And he's like the super creepy guy in Less Than Zero that kind of does some questionable stuff with RDJ.
Yes.
Our boy RDJ, Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Man, I haven't seen that movie in forever either. Less Than Zero.
Oh yeah.
Which I have the soundtrack because Aerosmith had a song on there.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I have it. And Jamie Gertz was hot back in the day. So yeah.
Yeah.
What's not to love about that movie?
It's pretty heavy.
It's heavy.
It's pretty heavy.
It's heavy.
So that was really good.
All right. That sounds great.
You would dig it, dude. You would totally dig it. It's right up your alley. And then I watched this movie called Thursday from 1998, which is another kind of Tarantino ripoff. Yeah.
Okay. I've not heard of that either.
Okay. So for anybody who thought that Thomas Jane and Aaron Eckhart were the same human, this movie proves that wrong.
Well, they are like Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Right.
They're in the same place at the same time.
They are.
I saw that. I'm like, holy shit, that's cool all by itself. All right.
It's so Thomas Jane is like they're both. He's like an ex-criminal from L.A. who's living in Texas now.
Interesting.
And one day, his old partner Aaron Eckhart shows up and kind of throws a wrench into the gears of his like normal life.
He's trying to get on with himself. Yeah.
And it's got it's probably super on PC, especially right now. There's a lot of it's pretty gnarly, man. Like I first saw this on like HBO or no Showtime.
Was it back in the day, or
it was back? Yeah, right around the time it came out.
Oh, neat. Okay, cool, good.
And I just remember there are a few scenes that just fucking really stuck to like with me.
All right,
because they're so kind of fucking over the top. Like one of the most kind of fucked up people in this cast of characters that show up to this dude's house.
All right,
is a super hot like supermodel person.
Okay.
Well, she's like wearing this. She's this gorgeous woman.
Okay.
Who's wearing this red vinyl dress.
Huh.
But she's super deranged, and she ties him to this chair and like rapes him, and basically when he climaxes, she's gonna murder him.
Is this Thomas Jane or
Thomas Jane?
This
yeah,
Thomas
this
Jane.
is Thomas
Oh
Jane.
shit! Okay,
right.
Gotcha.
So that one obviously stuck out in my mind because
that's one.
I was of an age that was very intriguing to me.
98? Yeah, that's about the perfect age to see something like that.
But it's got Mickey Rourke is in it.
Oh, really? Nice.
It has.
Is it pre-facelift? Is it before he fucked his face up?
It's right on the cusp. Yeah, it's right on the cusp. He's got killer hair, though.
All right.
I mean, he's got this hair, this Mickey Rourke hair.
The Mickey Rourke
out of this world, baby.
That a boy.
Out of this world. And it's got James LaGrosse, who's
James LaGrosse? I know that name.
He was in a bunch of indie stuff in the 90s, but
Okay.
he would when I think of him, the first thing that pops into my mind is he played Michael in he reprised the role of Michael in Phantasm 2. Phantasm 2 is a terrific movie, though.
I hear, because I've never seen any of them. I hear part 2.
You've never seen it? Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God, I've never seen them.
Oh my God.
Any of them.
Who are you, man?
I don't know. I'm lost myself.
Oh my God.
I truly I've never seen any of them.
Well.
But I hear that part 2 is the best of the series.
This.
I said, you take your time. It's true.
Okay.
And I don't know how I've never gotten there.
Well.
So
So
the kid from Phantasm 2.
Right. He's one of the he's like one of they're just these cameos from people that you know from other stuff.
Like character actors, familiar face stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
And one of the last things I'll talk about, because the House of a Thousand Corpses episode kind of got me on this Rob Zombie roll.
Yes.
And I had to rewatch. I had rewatched a bunch of I'd done all of the Firefly trilogy.
Okay.
And 31 a while back.
Yes.
And recently I rewatched Lords of Salem, which I know you're not a fan of.
It's not that I'm not a fan. It's just that
which I know you hate. Worse than any piece of cinema in history.
Not true.
Okay.
That was 3 from Hell. 31 was good. I love 31. I thought it was awesome. And most people hate it. Lords of Salem, because I read the book first. I read there's a novel, if you don't know, there's a novel of the Lords of Salem that Rob Zombie himself wrote. And it's awesome. And I read that before the movie came out.
Right.
It was tied in, the book came out as a companion piece for the film. And I read that book, I tore through it, it's so good. I gotta let you borrow that, because it's amazing.
After you told me that, I actually got the book on tape. So
did you?
I'm listening to it where I'm
Nice.
halfway through.
All right. But Lords of Salem is such a convoluted fucking mess that you almost need some outside narrative.
Some context.
To kind of put stuff in context. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I don't think that the movie put stuff into the proper context
to
tell a cohesive story. I like it.
I will say fair enough.
But it could have been better.
I'm going to breathe right now.
And that's why I hate it so badly.
Okay.
Apparently.
I think that Lords of Salem may be my favorite zombie movie on this last.
Wow, really?
Yeah, on this last rewatch. It's just, it's really it's the only time he dives into supernatural horror. All of his other stuff is kind of
a little more. It's more
grounded.
grounded. Yeah.
With the exception of House.
That's what I was just going to say. House kind of goes...
I mean, it dips its toe into, with the Dr. Satan stuff.
Yes.
But,
there's a few supernatural elements that happen, but it's mostly a pretty grounded story.
But, Salem's...
Salem's Lot? Yeah,
Salem's Lot.
Right. Yeah, there it is.
Lords of Salem is totally about, supernatural. It's about witches and possession and the Antichrist and, kind of all this metaphysical, supernatural stuff.
Stroking red dildos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best
I love
part.
it.
Yeah. And the goat.
But it's also tonally, visually, I think it's his best film. I think it's his best written film. I think it's Sherry Moon's best performance.
You're just blowing my whole argument out the fucking water.
But it's just everything about it speaks to me. I
Okay.
I can't say why. Like everything, like just all his homages to Kubrick and to Ken Russell and
Okay, yes.
all the visuals and just the story, man. Like and Fulci, like there's some very strong Fulci influences in there.
In some of the visual elements, absolutely, I can see that.
I
Without a
don't know.
doubt.
It all just lines up like the hell like the hellscape scenes kind of remind me of some of the opening scenes in Coppola's Dracula.
Okay.
I don't know, man. It just everything about it. It's growing. It may be my favorite Rob Zombie film.
Well, and just for the record, I do not hate Lords of Salem. I don't.
Okay.
Because, sure, whatever, blind bitch. But what you just said, I actually agree with, except for the story. I think the story is full of holes. I think the story to me wasn't mapped out well enough. I wanted more. And the book gives you that. So, again, if you read the book,
that makes sense.
It does fill in holes. So if you feel like the movie didn't give you everything, if you read the book with the movie, it does fill it in and make a better story.
Right.
But Rob Zombie is an awesome storyteller. A phenomenal storyteller. Right. You shouldn't have to look outside of one of his movies to get the whole picture. That was my only issue. Because I agree, this is hands down Sharon Moon Zombie's probably best job as an actress. Because she's not the strongest all the time. She has moments where she's god awful, then she has moments where she's fucking brilliant. But she's consistently good in Lords of Salem, that's true.
Okay.
I'll give you that 100%. And I, as you know, I've said on here and just in life for years, I'm a visual guy. Like, I love visuals.
Right.
That's what gets me off more than anything else.
Yeah. Anything else? Sorry.
Well, anything else in that? That's what I need. Ooh, Gilbert. But fuck, what was I going? I just lost my train of thought entirely. Oh God, visuals. So there's you brought up Fulci and that kind of world because that's a really good point to make with Lord of Salem because there's that scene when Sharon Moon's like waiting. She goes into that church and gets violated.
Right.
And she's outside having like a cigarette and crying, and there's like a guy with a goat. I believe I haven't seen him forever. That slowly gets closer. She looks down, looks back up, and he slowly gets closer. And that's honestly one of the scariest and creepiest like moments in film I think ever. Like that was truly a brilliantly done scene, and it's very very reminiscent of like Fulci and those kind of things. Well, I don't disagree with you entirely, and I kind of want to watch it again because I saw it in the theater. It was only in theaters for like 2 nights. I was lucky enough to go see it, and I bought the DVD that I never opened. So I own the movie, but I never opened it because I did not like it enough to watch it again.
Everything's cool, man.
So, breathe.
Everything's fine.
So I've not seen it since the theater, and I think it came out in, 2005?
No, it was like 2014, I think. 2013.
Was that late?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, I lost it. Yeah, the early 2000s were kind of a blur for me. Obviously, I lost some years there. Really? It was that soon ago?
Yeah. Soon ago. Right.
Yes. That's how I talk now. I'm sorry. It was that recent thing. Oh my fucking God! Thank you. Yeah, it was that. It was that. Recent?
It was that soon ago.
Wow, that's soon ago. So, So carry on.
Well, that's. I have taken up more than ample time. What have you seen lately?
Ample's a good word.
Yeah, thank you.
I like it. That's sexy. Yeah. Well, I watched a movie. It's called Saint Maud. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. I have not seen it. That was like a big indie darling a couple years ago.
Yeah, exactly. And it's worth the hype, man. It was. I had heard some good things about it. I heard it's a little out there, which is kind of my bread and butter.
Right.
And I like that kind of stuff. But it's a trip, man. It's really good. It's written well. What I love the most about it, you don't really know what's real and what's not.
Oh, cool.
You never really know if the events that are happening are real or if...
Like Lords of Salem. I'll just leave
this
that
fucking
right
guy. Yes, you never really know what's real and what's in this girl's head.
Okay.
So the story, it's about, there's an old lady, old woman, and she's like bedridden. She's not really bedridden, but
She
has
hot?
kind of. She has cancer.
Oh,
But she's like older, so she's probably like a Meryl Streep age. So she's old but still beautiful.
Okay.
She's like I forget if she's a writer or a movie star. She's somebody famous. She has lots of famous friends, and she's like like a socialite. But she has cancer. She's slowly dying.
Okay.
So they bring in like a hospice nurse, basically.
Okay.
Because the previous one got fired. So they bring in this Maud, this girl named Maud.
She hot?
No.
Sorry.
No.
Oh.
If let's say if Tilda Swinton and Shelley Duvall had a baby,
Oh my god.
that's this actress, in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I've seen her in a couple of, other things that I can't place it at the moment. She may be Mandy and Mandy, but I don't put any stock on that.
Oh, okay.
But I think she might be Mandy.
Was she in Possessor? Is that her in Possessor?
I didn't see Possessor.
Oh, right.
I want to. I want to bad. It's probably just as good as Lords of Salem.
Okay.
Okay. So, I like the movie. I like Lords of Salem. I promise. It's just not as good as the other ones.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So, Saint Maud comes in, and she's it's a proper word. She's very an extreme style of like Christian. Like she is very Old Testament. Like very like she can see things, and she feels things, and she can pass energy. But again, you don't really know if it's real or not.
Okay.
So she's taking care of this woman that she views as a sinner. She has a very deviant lifestyle. She has same-sex partners, and she drinks and does drugs. Like she, oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It goes there. So so Saint Maud basically wants to save her, so tries to, and for a time, they kind of get along and they kind of become friends. And then Maud takes that opportunity to go a few steps too far and then just totally alienates this woman and gets pushed away. And then that's when hilarity ensues.
Okay.
Like otherworldly shit, but again, you don't know what's real till it's not. Like, is she possessed? Is there really,
is it all
God's
from
eye in the sky?
Is it like Maud's point of view, or
yes.
Is it like a narrate like?
It's kind of both.
Okay.
You're pretty much with Maud the whole movie, the whole story.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a whole lot of scenes without her, if I remember correctly. She's in pretty much all of it. So it's mostly from her point of view. And again, though, when it shows other stuff, it is through her point of view. Like, she's, like, creeping around a window outside, and, like, things happen when no one's around because you're with her. You're with Maud. So it's pretty much... So it's a neat narrative. It was a really cool story. And I loved, which is my favorite thing in the world, are movies where you're not really sure. Almost like Lords of Salem, where you're not sure what's real and what's not. Those are my favorite kind of movies.
Okay.
And then I watched a cute little goofy, like, buddy comedy. It's called Date and Switch. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's similar. It's a very similar manner to like American Pie. It's these two high school friends.
Right.
And one's like a jock, and his dad is like you gotta be the best. It's very Emilio Estevez in Breakfast Club. Is that kind of dad. And then there's his buddy who, is more sensitive and he bakes, but he's like a little horn dog, which is hilarious.
Okay.
And they have a pact, basically. So as it comes down, they have a pact to get laid by prom.
Okay.
If they're going to be men and go off to college, they have to get laid first. Which, the American dream.
Right.
Right? Yeah. So hilarity ensues when this plan starts to take place, and the jock kid comes out as gay, tells his buddy that he's gay, yeah. So then the friend, to be a good friend, goes full on apeshit. The other dives in. So they go to these obscene gay clubs and just and this kid's like, this is not my scene. Like, this is not the kind of gay guy that I want to be.
Right. So
and then hilarity ensues. So it's a cute coming of age story, and very with these little overtones of it's a gay movie, but in like a good gay movie. Like, it's not the stereotypical over the top. I enjoyed it that much more because it showed gay dudes being, you know, like
gay dudes.
Dudes, yeah, exactly. Right. You know, so I enjoyed it for that all by itself. But the story itself is really good, and the acting is great. It's just really fun. It's cute.
I'll check it out.
It's cute, yeah. I liked it. It made me happy. I mean, that's really all I have that I can remember. I had my notes, and I don't know. What my notes are on my phone.
Oh shit!
I wrote down a couple things on my notebook, but everything else is literally on the phone.
Perfect.
So I had another movie, and I cannot think for the life of me what the fuck it was. I'm unprepared today.
All right. So if you've seen any of these films, or if if any of that strikes your fancy, please watch them and let us know in the comments what you thought.
What's your thoughts? Yeah. If you've seen any of these and you like them.
And if you have any recommendations for us to check out,
yeah, that's a big one.
Please shoot them over, because we fucking watch movies.
We're movie guys, so you know we're movie heads.
Yeah, we are movie heads. So please let us know what you think of the films, or if you want to tell us that you hate our channel and want us to fuck off.
If you want us to fuck off and die, you can say that too.
Please, we're open.
All suggestions are welcome.
So thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you for watching.
This has been another episode of Lil Parts.
This was Lil Parts.
Lil Parts.
Lil Parts.
Lil Parts.
Because it's just like it's getting hot and hurt. Lil Parts.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my Lord. Oh, dude, it wasn't recording.